Hey, this is Doc JT. I just wanted to touch base with you. Today we're going to actually go through an adjustment, what the process looks like in our office. So what I like to do oftentimes is check the balance, see where one side is heavier than the other, and then we'll move into the neck range of motion, and then I'll go through the mechanism of the table and what it does for me as far as the movement, and then we'll actually make an adjustment. So I'm going to have you stand up on these scales, and what we'll do is let those zero out, and then you can step right up and just look straight ahead. This is going to give us an idea, again, where she's carrying her weight from one side as opposed to the other. Generally, her body size, we want to be within 5 pounds. And so currently we're at 67 and 65. Now, she's been a patient of mine for quite some time, and so her balance is absolutely perfect, exactly where I want it to be. And then you can step off. And I'm going to have you sit right here for me, please. I'll have patients that'll come in that might be 22 pounds off or even higher, and that takes time to readjust their bodies. It doesn't happen in one visit where we get the balance back down to 2 or 3 pounds. So that is an outstanding number, and it makes my day. So the second process that we'll be doing is called the cervical range of motion, and this is a range of motion board. And I'm just going to place this on her shoulders. And if you would just turn to your right for me. General rule of thumb is to be at 70 degrees. And then other side. Okay, and so what we're seeing here is a number when she turns to the right about 62 and about 52. As we get more seasoned in life, we start to develop arthritis, degenerative osteoarthritis, and so forth, and that happens where it starts to decrease the amount of movement. So the adjustments can help decrease the friction between the joints, and then we can increase the motion. So a younger the patient, the more we'll get up to 80 or 90. And again, as we get a little bit more seasoned, if you will, then we start to decrease those numbers. That's just the facts of life. So let's have you lay on your stomach, please. And we'll just, place your arms there. This table is a motion table, and it is considered a traction table. So I can create speed to the table, increasing the swing faster, or I can dial it down and go a little bit slower. I can also take the table and bend it left or right, or I can just create movement as I gently move the spine at the same time. So what I'll be doing here is creating motion to the spine as the table is moving. And oftentimes we'll get little releases or pops, and that's nothing more than air releasing from the joints. And what I'm doing is I'm unsticking those joints, allowing the nervous system to communicate to the muscles and organs to make her healthier. And we get a nice release to that mid-back. When patients come in for the first time, oftentimes they're very, very stiff. So what we want to do is loosen up the spine to make it very comfortable. And what I'm showing you today is considered a manual chiropractic adjustment. Chiro means hands, and practic means a system of. We also use light force instrument adjusting tools, like the Pro Adjuster. This tool delivers 6 impulses every second. So what I can do is place it on the spine, and I can just work on different levels, creating movement without the force that's generated through a manual adjustment. So this can be done for those that are very skittish or afraid of being adjusted by hand, those that are involved in auto accidents, with children, with the elderly, or anyone that just doesn't feel comfortable with a manual release adjustment. And what we'll do now is we're going to be adjusting the neck. So I'm going to have you turn on your back for me, please. This position, face up, or in our world we call it supine. And you know that by holding a bowl of soup in your hand. This is called anatomical position. And so what I'm going to do is gently adjust her neck. There's 7 vertebrae in the neck. And I'm just going to gently bring that head over. And just make a nice release. It doesn't have to be violent. It can just be a nice simple adjustment. And take a deep breath and blow it out. Just like that. Now, I'm going to help you out. And then if you'll turn facing me one more time. I'm going to retest the neck motion, placing this on your shoulders. And if you would just turn to your right. And then other side. Great. So big difference. She's up at 80 degrees basically on both sides. So I would call that a very successful adjustment. There was no pain involved. And this is going to help stimulate her nervous system and just make her feel better. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great day.